What is going on, everyone out there in the professional wrestling world? It's your boy, the SoCal Saint, back at it again with an all-new edition on a brand new day of the IE Elite Wrestling Show, your direct feed for all that is professional wrestling on the only network that is your direct feed for all that is sports, IE Sports Radio. It's your boy, the SoCal Saint. And we are brought to you again live here on the Spreaker. If you're listening live, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Just hit that like button, subscribe, show me some love, give me a thumbs up, whatever you want to do. Please just show some love to the show. Also, hit up our awesome sponsor of the IE Sports Radio Network at planetjerky.net. Go to planetjerky.net and order yourself some 100% beef brisket jerky. This jerky is on a whole other planet. Ooh, yeah. And please follow me on the X at IE Wrestling Show. That's at IE Wrestling Show. And please follow at IE Sports Radio. That is our main hub for all of our shows where you get announcements, updates, live podcast links, and tidbits of each show every week as well. Also, do yourself a favor, check out iesportsradio.com, and you can sign up for free and interact with all of the hosts of the IE Sports Radio family, read live blog postings, interact by commenting on those postings, show some love if you're a big fan of IE Sports Radio, and buy some merch in our shop. Buy a hat, we got t-shirts, all sorts of stuff. Just check us out, guys. Show some love to the family, because we love what we do here, and we do it all for you, our loyal, faithful listeners. So, this past weekend was WWE Crown Jewel that was live in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Fairly decent show. Nothing to get too, excited about. We crowned a new United States champion, which we'll jump into that here shortly. And once again, the Tribal Chief adds another name to the list of defeated opponents. Excuse me, I couldn't even think of a word. I do apologize for that. So let's just jump right into that if you want to get into it. Since it happened this past weekend, it was live on Peacock. If you subscribe to Peacock here in the United States, or if you're watching it internationally on the WWE Network, it was Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the host of WWE Crown Jewel in the Mohammed Abdu Arena. A live attendance of 10,291 fans in the Saudi Arabian WWE universe, and it was a fairly decent show. It wasn't anything to, like I said, to get super excited about, but there was some fairly great moments out of that show. The very first match on the card was during the pre-show, and the crowd was super hot for this, especially with who was involved in the match. It was J.D. McDonough, who is still not an official member of the Judgment Day. Sort of, he's kind of sitting in limbo there. Like, he's with them, but he's not. Like, they haven't officially said he's in the group, but what case may be, he went one-on-one with the ultra-popular, still very over, Sami Zayn in an awesome one-on-one contest where Sami Zayn got the victory with a hula kick into a Blue Thunder Bomb. Beautiful sequence. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn gets the victory, and the crowd is very hot and excited for the actual event to get kick-started, which then came with the very first match on the card for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth freaking Rollins going one-on-one with the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre. These two guys really put it on the line against each other. They really just didn't really pull any punches. They were very stiff with each other. There was one point in the match where I saw Drew McIntyre hit his Scottish headbutt onto Seth Rollins, and like the noise it made, just that skin on skin contact. Like, I don't know how you could fake that, but man, that was that was such a stiff shot there to Seth, and I think the crowd was really hot. I think they were really involved for Drew. For the most part, I think it was about 60-40 for Drew than it was for Seth. But, I mean, they were both going into this match, both baby faces in the company. And somehow, some way, Drew McIntyre was not able to defeat Seth Rollins. Rollins has been on a roll, has yet to be pinned or submitted since he became World Heavyweight Champion back in April. Or was that May? I can't remember when exactly Night of Champions took place. I think it was in early May, right after WrestleMania. But at Night of Champions, that's in Saudi Arabia. No wonder, and in all coincidental efforts, Seth Rollins came back to the country that he won the championship in and retained that very same title in front of the same crowd that he won the title of in front of originally. So Seth freaking Rollins is still the reigning world heavyweight champion of the Raw brand for sure. And after that, we had another match on the card, which was actually turned out a little better than I expected it to be. It was a fatal five-way for the Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley successfully defended her Women's World Championship against Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark. It was an awesome ending sequence in that match where Rhea Ripley was sitting on the top rope, had Zoe Stark basically cradled in her arms, setting her up for a riptide, and she hit the riptide on Raquel Rodriguez, who at the same time was pinning Shayna Baszler. So it was like Shayna Baszler got sandwiched between three people, and then after that, Rhea Ripley pinned Shayna Baszler, got the 1-2-3. She is still the women's world champion, still in this awesome title reign that began at WrestleMania when she defeated Charlotte Flair in Los Angeles. Next match on the card was Solo Sikoa's coming out party for certain, and may have been the swan song for the GOAT himself. That is John Cena. I honestly don't think this will be the last time we see Cena in a WWE ring. I definitely think Cena's final match, like whenever he does actually have that last match, his go-to last match, like this is it, that they're gonna make such a much bigger deal out of this. I feel like Cena's last match is going to be such a big, grandiose event. They'll probably, book an entire pay-per-view centering it. You know what I mean? This is going to be... Cena's not going to go out fourth match on the card. Cena's going to go out in the main event. Just because of what John Cena has meant to the WWE, what John Cena has meant to the WWE Universe over the years, what the WWE Universe and the WWE itself has meant to John Cena. I just know that John Cena's final match is not going to be a fourth match on a, to quote a WWE Hall of Famer in Bully Ray, a glorified house show. You know what I mean? Like I just don't see that happening unless that's what Cena wants, to kind of just bow out and ride off into the sunset without much fanfare. But I feel like WWE, with all due respect to Cena's and what Cena's career has meant to the company, it's going to be something more big and more just grandiose and just huge as far as that goes. But it was a nice little story that they told. Solo Sikoa was able to defeat John Cena, but it's like in defeat, Cena still looks strong. Cena is still on a losing streak as far as singles matches goes. He has not won a singles match in the WWE since 2018. So we're now at 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. I had to do the math. 5 years. It's been 5 years since Cena has won a match one-on-one against anyone. I mean, that's crazy because Cena, for many, many years, it was the meme that was going around as Cena wins, LOL, because he just could not be stopped. Cena would win everything. He would always win. He went for years. Hell, there was almost a straight decade of Cena wins. You know what I mean? Like it was just really, really rare whenever Cena would win. Would lose. And now it's kind of like turning the tables where it's really rare that you see a Cena victory nowadays, which could just be John Cena's way of giving back to the business that gave him so much. And Solo Sikoa made history when he defeated John Cena this past weekend. Out of the Anoa'i family, literally, just the Anoa'i family alone, there are now 5 Samoans in that family who have defeated John Cena. The Rock, Rikishi, Solo's father, the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns, the late great Umaga, Solo's uncle, and of course, now Solo Sikoa. So that's 5 members of the Anoa'i family who have defeated John Cena. And in the next match on the card, Logan Paul successfully defeated Rey Mysterio to become the new WWE United States Champion. So we had one title change in this entire event, and I think it stuck. It was a good match. Logan Paul looks like he's been wrestling for years, and literally this match was his 8th match since he became under contract to the WWE. Logan Paul definitely has the athleticism to be successful. I have praised Logan Paul many, many times on this show, and I have to give him praise again because especially what happened in this match. There was a moment in the match that's actually been talked about numerous times since this happened on Saturday, but there was a moment in the match where Rey Mysterio was going for a springboard moonsault. I don't know if it was Cena. I don't know if Rey had hit the ropes a certain way or didn't get enough bounce off of the ropes whenever he attempted this, but it looked like Rey came up a little short on that flip, and it could have turned nasty. Rey could have broke his neck had he fallen on his head, because that's where it looked like he was going to land. But with the wherewithal and the athleticism and just the ring awareness that it takes many, many years for wrestlers to get acclimated to, just may I just rain down praise on Logan Paul for this, because he had the wherewithal and the ring awareness to catch Rey. Like, he saw Rey was not going to make the flip, and he caught Rey in midair, and possibly, if not for certain, just based on how it looks. If you haven't seen it, I suggest going on YouTube or WWE's social media platforms and check it out, and because it's been floating around X and everywhere else you can think of. But if you check it out, that Logan Paul was able to catch Rey and stop him from landing on his head and neck. And then he had the ring awareness to pick him up and turn it around into a power slam to keep the flow of the match going, so as to not disrupt the flow of the match. So it didn't look like one of those botches that completely ruins a match. It was almost like if you really weren't paying attention, you almost didn't notice it, kind of thing. But to us fans who are diehard fans of this business, we caught that, and kudos to Logan Paul for being able to accomplish something like that and save his opponent from serious injury for certain. And Logan Paul is now the United States champion. I think Logan Paul will now be making more regular appearances in the company, because we definitely need to keep a champion on television. If Roman is, I'm here for a little bit, I'm taking 3 months off. I'm here for a little bit, I'm taking another 3 months off. Like, they can't have the same thing with its mid-card title, on the mid-card men's title being, like, disappearing, from SmackDown. So I feel like Logan Paul being entrusted with this United States Championship, he's going to be making more appearances on WWE television. I would definitely say so here for the next few months. Hopefully. I hope that's what happens. But that's neither here nor there. We shall see. But good match all around, and congratulations to Logan Paul on becoming the new United States champion at Crown Jewel. Next match on the card was the WWE Women's Championship. Io Sky successfully defeated and defended her WWE Women's Championship from Bianca Belair. Bianca was the champion that she defeated for the title when she cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase. So Bianca trying to win the title that she felt she should have never lost. And it looked like it was going to be going Bianca's way until Bayley came out to try and get involved in the match. But it didn't look like it was going to be successful. So Bianca was able to thwart off the advances of Bayley until a mystery combatant from the crowd attacked Bianca, took her out, and causing Io Sky to retain the championship. This mystery became clear to all of us that this person was former NXT Women's Champion, former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, Kairi Sane, after rumors, and I even talked about this here on the show in the weeks leading up to this event. I did not know she would appear at this event, but was definitely pleasantly surprised that Kairi Sane is officially back in the WWE and has aligned herself with Io Sky. So Kairi Sane is now back in the WWE as a heel, and she's aligned herself with Io Sky. I don't know what this means for the future of Damage Control, since Io is still technically a member of Damage Control with Dakota Kai and Bayley. I don't know if this means that Kairi Sane is now a member of Damage Control, or if Io Sky is going to start her own thing with Kairi Sane and leave Damage Control. If fans, if you recall the last appearance of Kairi Sane on WWE television, whenever she left to head back to Japan and wrestle for Stardom, she was actually attacked. That's how they wrote her off of television. She was attacked and beaten down by the leader of Damage Control, Bayley. So I don't know how this is going to fare. This coming week on SmackDown is going to be really interesting to watch. I definitely want to see what follows up from here. But Io Sky is still your WWE Women's Champion. And in the semi-main event, we had Senior Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, go one-on-one with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes was able to get the victory after 3 crossroads, after interference from the Judgment Day that was thwarted away by Sami Zayn and Jey Uso coming out to assist Cody Rhodes. The briefcase, mind you, I forgot to mention this. Yes, I totally forgot to mention this. At the end of the World Heavyweight Championship match that took place earlier in the evening, Seth Rollins was about to be cashed in on by Senior Money in the Bank himself, Damian Priest. When Damian Priest was telling the referee to announce it and he was about to head into the ring, he was attacked from behind by a hooded figure who stole the briefcase, and that hooded figure turned out to be none other than Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn stole the briefcase, causing Damian Priest not to be able to cash in his Money in the Bank contract. And he still has not recovered the briefcase, as far as I know. I did not see him back with the briefcase on Raw. Or did he get the briefcase? I think he did actually get the briefcase back on Raw. But that night on Crown Jewel, he was not able to. And in the main event for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, LA Knight, went one-on-one with the Tribal Chief himself, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion, who is now in the top 3 of world title reigns in the WWE. He is only behind 2 men. That is WWE Hall of Famer Bruno Sammartino and fellow WWE Hall of Famer, the immortal Hulk Hogan. So Reigns, it's Sammartino, it's Hogan, and it's Reigns. And when you think about it, it's crazy because it's like each top 3 member of the longest reigns in WWE history all signify 3 different eras in its history. Sammartino, of course, was still in the wrestling era of the WWE when it was still known as the WWF, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. This is before the lights and glamour, before ring entrance music. This was when he was the working man's champion. He was the Italian immigrant that came from nothing, became something. He was the champion of the people. Bruno Sammartino was the champion of those fans that paid their hard-earned money to sit down in Madison Square Garden and watch him month in and month out successfully defend that world championship. And then we hit the mid-'80s. It's more rock and roll music. It's more limelight, more glam, more chic, more just out there. The MTV era of professional wrestling, the rock and wrestling connection. And here comes the immortal one, Thunder Lips himself from Rocky III, Hulk Hogan, brother, saying your prayers, train, eat your vitamins, And this man took the now WWF, the World Wrestling Federation, into a whole other stratosphere, taking the once regional company into a now national, if not international, global conglomerate that it now is. And that was definitely born on the back of Hulk Hogan, and no one can deny that. And now you have the third longest reigning champion in its history, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, and we are now in this new era of the WWE, the post Vince McMahon era, since now Triple H is the one running the show in terms of creative-wise. The WWE is now no longer a family-owned, quote-unquote, business, as the WWE has been sold to Endeavor, and they are now under the same umbrella as the UFC under the name TKO Holdings. So it's like each champion in the top 3 signify very different eras in the company's lineage. But yes, Roman Reigns did successfully defeat LA Knight. The crowd was very hot. It was really awesome to see. It makes me happy to see that this man has come such a long way in a very short amount of time. LA Knight went from 1 year ago, he was a guy dressed in a suit wearing glasses. His name was Max Dupree. He was the manager of Maximum Male Models, a go nowhere, gonna do nothing, jobber stable. Definitely on his way out the door. He was going to be fired it was only a matter of time with that gimmick. Once Triple H took over the book, took over creative, he let LA Knight be LA Knight, let him be himself. And when you let a wrestler sometimes be themselves, that's the greatest success that you could give them, because they have all the means, they just have to be given the opportunity. And that's exactly what has happened with LA Knight. Even in defeat, LA Knight has become a bigger star than he has ever been, definitely in this last year. So even in defeat, I still say LA Knight gains a victory, because he's still one of the fastest rising stars in the company today. He's still mega fucking popular. He's still selling merch like crazy. And so I say, I tip my hat to LA Knight. He put on a hell of a performance. Very good match. Him and Roman had very good chemistry. Hopefully this isn't the last time we see LA Knight in the main event scene. This is just the top of the, this is just the very tippy top of the potential that LA Knight has for certain. But all around, I give it a solid, let's say a B minus, as far as like if we're going to give the show a grade. I'll give it a straight up B minus for certain. But that is how that ended for Crown Jewel. And we're going to take a short little break, and then we'll get into some wrestling news, guys. So stay tuned, and let's hear from one of our many, many awesome shows here on the on the IE Sports Radio Network. Stay tuned, guys.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL, to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA, to the grand slams of the MLB, to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL, and to the booming kicks of the MLS, the SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Taryn Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
It's IE Sports Radio. It is your direct feed for all that is sports. It is Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris every Tuesday night right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris is the most comprehensive view on Philadelphia sports exclusively right here on IE Sports Radio. You know what it is, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tuesday night, IE Sports Radio, Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris.
What is good, IE Sports Radio fans and fans of the IE Wrestling Show? It is I, the SoCal Saint. If you're just tuning in, we just went over the results of WWE's Crown Jewel event that took place this past Saturday. So I got a lot of news to get into. I didn't even realize I was looking over the list while the drops were playing in that short little break we just had. And I'm like, damn, I don't even know if I'm going to have enough time to get to everything, but I'm going to do my damnedest to get to everything. If not, there's always next week, guys. But let's just jump into something since we discussed it already. Since we discussed it already during my review of the women's WWE Women's Championship match, the return of Kairi Sane. And so this is an article that was posted on WrestlingAttitude.com about more this is backstage news surrounding the return of Kairi Sane. As noted, of course, like I mentioned, Kairi Sane made her return to the WWE at Crown Jewel this past Saturday. The return appearance of Zayn saw her help former tag team partner and longtime friend Io Sky retain her WWE Women's Championship over Bianca at the show. Zayn's deal to return to WWE was done along with others such as Nia Jax and current NXT superstar Alexis King a few months ago when the hiring freeze in the company ended. Apparently, the former WWE superstar had interest from the company last year, but a deal couldn't or didn't come together for whatever the reason. There are said to be plans in the works for others to join Io Sky and Kairi Sane in the WWE in the near future. So it looks like they're building to a new stable where Kairi and Io will be a part of it. Unknown who else will be a part of that stable, but that's what it looks like the case will be. So I'm really happy to see Kairi back in the WWE. She was a bright spot when she was here in NXT and WWE the first go-around. So I'm hoping much success for her in this second go-around here in the company. Okay, so let's see here. I'm trying to pull up some more news here for you guys. I do apologize. Just pull this up here. Okay, here we go. Some new news here. This was posted by PW Guru on Facebook. Matt Cardona, who apparently has been banned from the 2300 arena. Cardona will have Saint Laurent in his corner for the bout. I don't know if this bout will be contested under Anything Goes rules, but this is going to be Saturday, November 18th in Philadelphia. Of course, for those fans who don't know, the 2300 Arena is the formerly known ECW Arena. So fans of ECW from years past, if you're going to be in the Philadelphia area for this, Saturday, November 18th, tickets are on sale now at MLW2300.com, and you can also purchase the event live and watch it live on Fight TV. That's at Fight Plus, the Fight Plus app, Fight TV app, and check it out if you're not going to be able to be in the East Coast area for that. Some WWE news outside of the company. Hulu has officially announced the premiere for the upcoming reality show centered around the lives of WWE superstars Bianca Belair and her husband, member of the Street Profits, Montez Ford. That's right, the show will be titled Love in WWE, Bianca and Montez, set to premiere next year, February 2nd, 2024, on Hulu. So if you're looking forward to that reality show, that was I actually brought that up, I think, many months ago on this show, that there was something like this in the works. So this is the official announcement by Hulu on their Twitter page, X page. Love in WWE, Bianca and Montez premieres on Hulu February 2nd, 2024. Unknown at this time if all episodes will be released at once or if it's going to be like a episode week by week kind of basis, but more on that later. So if you're into reality television and you're into seeing the lives of your favorite superstars outside of the ring, check out Bianca and Montez when it premieres on Hulu February 2nd, 2024. So big news came out of last week here. Big Time Wrestling on the East Coast has officially announced for the first time ever, this is going to be taking place live in Ohio. I don't have an actual date as to where. Okay, here we go. It'll be live from the OU Shoemaker Center in Chillicothe, I hope I'm saying that right, Chillicothe, Ohio. It'll be Big Time Wrestling presents the Reunion 3. on Saturday, March 9th, 2024. For the first time ever, it will be Rob Van Dam, the whole effing show himself, RVD, WWE Hall of Famer RVD, current AEW superstar, wrestler, current AEW wrestler RVD, will be going one-on-one with former WWE superstar in his first officially booked match outside of the company since being let go by the company over a month ago, Matt Riddle. It'll be the battle of the bros, the battle of 420, the two biggest potheads in professional wrestling will be going one-on-one with each other. Matt Riddle in a dream match against RVD at Big Time Wrestling's big event, the Reunion 3, March 9th, 2024. Tickets are on sale now. If you go to Big Time Wrestling or search Big Time Wrestling online, you can find the link. The link in this article. There is no link in the article, so I do apologize. If I had it, I would give it to y'all. But yeah, I'm not showing a link for those ticket sales for that event. Coming to you live this coming weekend. This coming weekend in Tokyo, Ryogoku, at the Sumo Arena for the Japanese wrestling company known as DDT. It will be, for the first time ever in Japan, one-on-one. It'll be Konosuke Takeshita going one-on-one with Chris Jericho in the main event of DDT's Ultimate Party event that takes place this Sunday, November 12th. It'll be, this is the main event for this event. I don't know any other matches that are set for this event, but this is going to be the main event. Takeshita goes one-on-one with Chris Jericho at DDT's Ultimate Party. Want to say congratulations and well wishes and a speedy recovery to Eric of the Viking Raiders, who has been absent from WWE television as of late. Eric of the Viking Raiders underwent successful neck fusion surgery over the past week. He's expected to be out of action well over a year, unfortunately, so we do wish for a speedy recovery for him. The extra long absence is why his tag team partner Ivar has been getting a strong push lately, and he's definitely been impressive as a single star. So, I mean, it's a good thing that Ivar isn't going to have to sit, on the sidelines while his partner recovers. It's just unfortunate because these guys were starting to get a really strong push as a tag team, and now at least that strong push is still continuing with Ivar. Unfortunately for Eric, having to be at home, recovering from neck fusion surgery, because it's definitely a very serious surgery. Many superstars over the years have had this surgery and have come back. Sometimes stronger than ever. Stone Cold Steve Austin had the surgery. Edge has had this surgery. Who else has had this surgery? Paige has had this surgery. Who else has had this surgery? I think Sting has had this surgery. The list goes on and on. It seems like neck fusion surgery and pro wrestling go hand in hand almost, unfortunately. But we do wish for a speedy recovery for Eric, and hopefully he'll get back in the ring sooner rather than later. I look at it almost like a blessing in disguise. But yes, I know he would rather be in the ring with his tag team partner and having the push of their careers at the moment. But, you got to look at it. You got to kind of look at it like the glass is half empty or half full, because he'll get to be home with his beautiful wife and their young child. So, I mean, it's not all bad when you think about it. So, this past weekend, Samoa Joe has now hit a milestone as the longest reigning Ring of Honor World Television Champion in that title's history at 568 days and counting. He has just broken Jay Lethal's record. Jay Lethal's record was 567 days as champion, and now Samoa Joe holds the record for both the longest reigning Ring of Honor World and Ring of Honor Television Champion in its history. So congrats to Samoa Joe, another Samoan wrestler, one of the very few Samoan wrestlers not affiliated or not a member of the Anoa'i family to have a record-breaking title reign currently in professional wrestling. I thought this was a little interesting. I wanted to jump on this. The Fox CEO, Lachlan Murdoch, did an interview recently and was asked about them giving up the television rights for SmackDown, because I announced this a few weeks back that SmackDown is now going to be on the USA Network starting in October of next year. And this is what he had to say when asked about this. He said WWE's audience was the reason why they didn't make a return on their investment. So basically he's blaming us, the professional wrestling fans. This is why they didn't renew their deal with the WWE. We are not hitting the advertising numbers due to the audience of the WWE for our return on investment to be above the levels that we would accept, but also we didn't attribute enough significant retransmission revenue to the WWE either. So it made sense for us to move on from them. They've been a great partner for many years, but quite simply, we're very, very disciplined on our ROI, didn't meet our pre-disciplined parameters. So we wish them luck and moved on. So, in layman's terms, he's basically saying that professional wrestling fans are too poor to advertise to, is basically what he was saying. So, I say, whatever, fuck him, what a douche. I shouldn't expect nothing less from the seed of Rupert Murdoch, who is also a gigantic evil douchebag. Now, I have to comment on this. This is just beyond ridiculous. It was officially announced by AEW in a press release that wrestling legend and WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, has signed a multi-year deal with AEW, and the Nature Boy's new energy drink announced as the exclusive energy drink of AEW. AEW was supposed to be, when this first started, was supposed to be the company of new stars, company that would launch careers, a company that would focus on the young, talented professional wrestlers not getting a shot in the WWE. And now it has become what it always sought out to never be. It is now WWE Light, just like TNA's first go-around. AEW is doing the same exact thing, making the exact same mistakes as WCW, as TNA. It just boggles my mind. You got Paul White, a.k.a. The Big Show, back on WWE television. He could barely fucking move. Sting is finally going to be hanging up his boots when he should have hung them up and never wore them again. I love Sting, I do, but he did not need to be still wrestling at this time in his age, in his early 60s. Ric Flair saying he would rather die in the ring than be retired. Ric Flair doesn't need to be anywhere near a fucking ring. He doesn't need to be inside of a ring, let alone be contracted by a company paying for him for what? To just stand there. Rick is in probably the worst shape he's ever been in. I'm sorry if this gets people upset. If you're a fan of Ric Flair, I'm a fan of Ric Flair too. Ric Flair, when he was in his prime, Ric Flair when he was in Evolution, Ric Flair when he had his quote-unquote retirement match with Shawn Michaels. That Ric Flair, that's the Ric Flair I'm a fan of, not this Ric Flair that we have today who is basically living his gimmick and just can't separate the two. I don't know what to tell you, but what a fucking stupid decision. This is what you fired CM Punk for, so you can hire more fucking geezers onto your company show? Tony Khan, the business decisions that this man makes, I will never understand it. I announced last week that Rowdy Ronda Rousey will be making her indie wrestling debut, her independent professional wrestling debut for the Wrestling Revolvers event known as Unreal, which is coming up in a week's time on Thursday, November 16th. At the oh my god, I still can't pronounce that damn word. Hammonetman Glendale Ariat in Los Angeles, California. Tickets are on sale at revolvertickets.com now, and you can actually purchase the event at Fight TV, at the Fight TV app as well. The main event match has been announced already, and they are calling it a tag team dream match for some odd reason, because I definitely have not dreamed about this match ever. But it will be Rowdy Ronda Rousey teaming with her 4 horsewomen partner and friend, Marina Shafir, to take on the team of Billy Starks and the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion and AEW contracted wrestler, Athena. So that is going to be the main event for the Wrestling Revolver Unreal. It'll be Ronda and Marina taking on Athena and Starks. That is insane to even say that the Wrestling Revolver, that Ronda not only is done with the WWE, that she is now working the indie circuit. That's crazy. So got a little awesome tidbit here. The top WWE merchandise sellers in the WWE for the month of October go as follows. I'm going to start from the bottom to the top. At number 5 is the Real Chief Main Event, Jey Uso. That's dope. That's dope to see. Jey Uso is on a run right now, man. He's definitely super popular. The crowd is over. Excuse me, he's over with the crowd. He's very popular. At number 4, this makes me so happy. At number 4, my favorite wrestler as a kid. He was the biggest fucking star in professional wrestling in the late 90s. He's still one of the biggest stars in professional wrestling, and he doesn't even wrestle anymore. He had that awesome comeback with Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 38 in Dallas. It is, of course, I'm talking about the toughest SOB in the WWE. The bionic redneck himself, Stone Cold Steve Austin. After all these years, Stone Cold Steve Austin is still in the top 5 of merchandise sellers for the WWE. That's fucking insane, isn't it? That is just crazy to me. Like, because he's Stone Cold, man. Stone Cold Steve Austin. There will never be another one like him. He is one of a kind, and Stone Cold Steve Austin in October of 2023 is the number 4 in top 5 merchandise sellers in the WWE today. At number 3, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, coming in at number 3. At number 2, the GOAT himself, John Cena. And at number 1, yet again, for the 4th month in a row, LA Knight. Yeah! LA Knight, again, the top merchandise seller for the month of October. So, Bryan Danielson, I guess, has not had enough of the torture and the injuries that he keeps sustaining from getting in the ring with the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, because he has announced it. He has challenged, and it is official. These 3 matches have been announced for Wrestle Kingdom, besides the main event for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, which will be Sonata defending the IWGP World Heavyweight title against Tetsuya Naito. These matches have been announced. Like I said, Bryan Danielson has not had enough of being injured. He had a broken arm. Now he has a broken orbital bone, and he will be back and ready, apparently, by January for this match. He has challenged once again, but this time on NJPW's turf. It'll be Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada. It's the American Dragon versus the Rainmaker at the biggest event of New Japan all year, Wrestle Kingdom 18. And in another match that was announced for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, it'll be El Desperado challenging Hiromu Takahashi for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. There is also a rumor that Zack Sabre Jr. will put the NJPW World Television Championship on the line against Hiroshi Tanahashi after Tana pinned Sabre in the never openweight 6-man tag team title match earlier this week at NJPW Power Struggle. But the third match that was officially announced for Wrestle Kingdom, it'll be for either the IWGP United States Championship, the IWGP United Kingdom Championship, or a brand new championship that will be made. A lot of people are speculating that that after the recent events that took place at Power Struggle with David Finlay destroying the championship belts of the United States and the UK titles, that NJPW will bring back the much-missed IWGP Intercontinental Championship, but it will be David Finlay going. It's going to be a triple threat match. It will be David Finlay of Bullet Club versus Will Ospreay, and what will most likely be his final appearance in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And, of course, member of Blackpool Combat Club and AEW superstar Jon Moxley. So it'll be Finlay, Ospreay, Moxley for a title that has yet to have been announced. So those are the three new matches that were announced for Wrestle Kingdom 18 that we're just 2 months away now. But before we get there, before we get to Wrestle Kingdom, we got another big event coming to you live on this coming Friday, November 10th. It'll be NJPW Lone Star Shootout, and it's going to be airing live on Fight TV at the Fight TV app as well. It'll be Lone Star Shootout, NJPW. These are the matches that will be on the card. It'll be the Bullet Club team of Chase Owens, Clark Connors, and Alex Coughlin, and Gabe Kidd will take on Tangaloa, Tamatonga, Kushida, and Kevin Knight. We're going to get Tom Lawler and Fred Rosser will reignite their feud in a singles match, plus Ultimo Guerrero, Rocky Romero, and Hechicero. Oh my God, Hechicero? Oh my God, I'm butchering that name. I do apologize. Will take on Atlantis, Tiger Mask, and Mascara Dorado in a 6-man tag team match. The main event for the show will be NJPW Lone Star Shootout. Will be Jon Moxley teaming with his member of the Blackpool Combat Club, Willer Yuta, to take on Bullet Club, David Finlay, and Kenta. So that's going to be this Friday. If you guys want to get yourselves involved in that, or check it out, subscribe to Fight TV or purchase the event on Fight TV. It's this Friday. As of November 6th, which was 2 days ago, the current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Sonata is now the longest reigning IWGP World Heavyweight Champion in company history at 212 days, now at 215 days as of this show. He has surpassed the reign of Shingo Takagi at 211 days, which ended on January 4th, 2022 at Wrestle Kingdom 16. So congrats to Sonata for being the longest reigning IWGP World Heavyweight Champion in the company's history. This is such a weird little tidbit here. I just wanted to show this. I wanted to give some note on here. Apparently, there is a film that is being currently set to be shooting in 2024 called Action Force. It definitely sounds super 80s because it's going to be a movie based off of the Action Force toy line from the 1980s. I don't recall this. I was born in the late 80s, so I never would have known this. I don't know if any of our listeners are older and remember the Action Force toy line, but apparently starting in 2024, the film will start filming, and the movie is currently in pre-production, but it'll be the first time, I believe, that an AEW wrestler and a WWE superstar will be in a film together since the fruition of AEW. It will be a member of the House of Black, the leader of the House of Black himself, and husband to WWE superstar Zelina Vega, Malachi Black, and the tribal chief himself, the current undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns, will be actors in the film. They will both be acting in this film. I thought that would be a little tidbit. The movie is actually called Action Force: The Divide. No word on when that film is supposed to be released, and I don't have an official start date in 2024, but they will both be in the film. So just a random little tidbit of news there for you. For the year of 2023 till right now, as we speak, this article was written 2 days ago, Cody Rhodes was ranked number 1 in estimated top-selling merchandise for the WWE overall. And this is the top 5 for the entire year currently, right now. If we hit the last day of 2023 right now, these are who would be the top merchandise sellers for the entire year of 2023. At number 5 is L.A. Knight. Yeah! In just a year's time, he's went from a know-nothing gimmick to one of the top 5 merchandise sellers of the entire year. At number 4, John Cena. At number 3, the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns. At number 2, in 2023, guys, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Fucking awesome. Awesome, guys. And at number 1, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Because he is the man. He is the guy. He's the biggest star in professional wrestling, or at least in the WWE today. Biggest babyface. He definitely has to go to WrestleMania once again. It has to be him for sure. So I talked about that the NWA, the company that's owned by former Smashing Pumpkins frontman Billy Corgan, was going to be getting a television deal with the CW network. Apparently, that may not be coming to fruition because the NWA is unlikely to air the CW on the CW television following illegal substances being used, apparently, on an NWA segment that took place at the Samhain event. Apparently, the segment was at Samhain, showed Father James Mitchell, the sinister minister from ECW days, engaged in some not-so-PG activities, with him being shown to snort what apparently was supposed to be some sort of illegal substance, handing out what was implied to be cocaine to some of the talent near him. This was a spot pushed by Corgan, apparently, though this controversial bit has caught the attention of those at the CW. The network is not happy, and a report from House of Wrestling has indicated that there is now a 90% chance that NWA Power will no longer be appearing on CW television and will instead air exclusively on the CW app, along with the NWA reality show. So they may still have a deal with the CW network, but they're going to only be exclusive to the app. So the only way you could watch NWA is if you watch it on the app, not on television. Which I feel that this article, there may be some truth to it because of what came out officially announced yesterday by the CW network in a press release, that the CW network is to become the exclusive broadcast home to WWE NXT. That's right. Yes, not only is SmackDown heading back to the USA Network in October of 2024, but NXT makes broadcast television debut with a 5-year deal beginning in October 2024. Network to air live events featuring WWE's next generation of superstars, 52 weeks a year. NXT is now going to be live on the CW network. The deal will be for 5 years. The move will definitely help in NXT's reach because, get this, the CW network is apparently in over 100 million homes here in the United States, whereas the USA network is only in 75 million homes. So they're getting about another 25 million homes reached with this product. So this is big, big news for NXT. That's definitely unexpected, but damn, what a deal for CW and what a deal for NXT, as they now will be live starting October 24 on the CW network. Real quick, guys, we're almost done for the day. I'll have to get into some more of these. I told you I had a whole lot of news, but I'm definitely not going to be able to get into it. I just want to get into this because of the name of the show. It'd be kind of stupid for me to name the episode of this show War Games and not discuss what took place last night on Monday Night Raw. It was officially announced over the weekend during Crown Jewel that Survivor Series is officially going to be Survivor Series War Games once again, Saturday, November 25th, from the Allstate Arena in the Chicago suburb of Rosemont, Illinois. And this will be the second event in its history that it will feature the War Games match, and these matches have been officially announced for War Games. For the WWE Intercontinental Championship, it'll be the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in the company's history. The Ring General Gunther will defend the Intercontinental Championship against The Miz, who won his Intercontinental qualifying match last night on Raw. And also another person who won their qualifying match, or contendership match, so to speak, for the WWE Women's World Championship in a one-on-one match announced for War Games. It will be Rhea Ripley defending the Women's World Championship against Zoe Stark. And at the end of the night, after Seth Rollins had successfully defeated Sami Zayn in an awesome one-on-one match for the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of Raw, after the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and JD McDonough hit the ring to beat down on Rollins and Sami Zayn, out came main event Jey Uso and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes to even up the score. Adam Pearce could not contain the control. General manager of Raw, Adam Pearce, they had officials out there, they had referees out there trying to contain the madness, the craziness that was going on, and he could not help himself when he said this. Adam Pearce said, you guys want to play games? Well, you're going to play the ultimate game, because on Saturday, November 25th, in Chicago, at Survivor Series, it will be the Judgment Day, Balor, Priest, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and JD McDonough to take on the team of the World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, main event Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn, and it's going to happen in War Games! That's right. The first official War Games match, the men's War Games match, has been announced. Of course, if you're new to the concept of War Games, and how poetic is this, that Cody Rhodes will be able to compete in his first ever War Games match, a match that was created by his late great father, WWE Hall of Famer, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby. It is 2 rings set up next to each other, and then a double cage comes over the 2 rings. The teams are now going to be a team of 4. Last year, the War Games matches were teams of 5, but whatever. I guess it just really just depends, because they've all been different numbers all over the years. So the teams of 4, 1 member of each team will start in the match. Whoever has the team advantage, whether it's by coin toss or if they decide this during a match prior to the event, who's going to gain the advantage. After about, I believe it's either 5 or 3 minutes, another member of whatever team has the advantage will enter the ring until the ring is completely full with every member of the team. That is when the actual War Games begins. The War Games cannot be completed until every member of each team is in the ring. And from there, the only way to win is either by submission or pinfall. There's no exiting the cage, nothing like that. You have to either pin or submit one of your opponents to win the War Games match. So I am really excited for War Games. War Games is definitely one of my favorite concepts. That was definitely one of my favorite matches back from WCW. This was a WCW concept that was created by the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and WWE's biggest fan of old school professional wrestling, the guy who's in charge of creative, of course, that would be Paul Levesque, a.k.a. Triple H. Definitely used that concept to its fullest whenever he brought the concept back to NXT many years ago, and now he's brought it finally, since he's in charge of the main roster. He brought it back to the main roster, and it was a success last year when it was the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens. And now we got another awesome War Games match on hand, coming to us live with the Judgment Day challenging Rollins, Rhodes, Uso, and Zayn. Well, with that, guys, I have to bow out. I was not able to get to everything that I wanted to get to, but I was glad that I was able to put this show on for you guys. Have a great one. Stay tuned, please. Subscribe to my show. Listen to us live on Spreaker. Listen to us on the download on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Hit us up on the YouTube page and give us a like and a share and a subscribe. Please do yourself a favor. Go to X and follow me at IE Wrestling Show. Follow at IE Sports Radio, and I will see you guys next week. Same SoCal Saint time, same SoCal Saint channel. Peace.